Rehearsals have been going extremely well. I have been quite excited about our beginning, which was October the 14th, I think. We had about 19 musicians, and today is our 14th rehearsal. We're now up to about 45, and the musicians that I have here can play. They can play. We have, of that 45, we had about 30 adults. We have about 8 high school students. Of the 30 adults, we have 5 Fairfax County Public School directors. We have 1 professional. I have 5 United States Army Band players. I have, of that 5, 2 of them are Air Force Band. Also have several of my former students here. 2. There you go, okay. Good. Now let's put some distraction in there, which means the band. Whenever I was competing, in my junior high school band did this piece for Boston. And I would do everything I could to distract them. With the flutes, I would go down the line and I would put my hand on their face as they played, just to distract them. As they're playing, I would do everything. I tested everything I could, and they did it. And it is called discriminating sound. You know, with me, I'm a competitor, and so I like when I'm dealing with sections. If I hear something that I'm not pleased with in terms of intonation or whatever, I'll usually say to them, "You know what? I hear trouble. There's trouble." They know exactly what that means, and they correct it. What I have noticed is when you get a group of musicians to come in to play in an ensemble like this for a community, they're giving back twofold. Number one, they're giving back to themselves. Many of them played in college or high school. They put the instrument down either because they were going into the workforce or they wanted to raise a family. And then the other part that they're giving back to, most of them are giving back to their parents, because their parents either planted the seed when they were younger, or if the student planted the seed, then those parents have taken they stood behind them financially to make this thing happen. And many of them are so proud that they had this opportunity to not only to give back to themselves, their parents, but back to the community. Okay? And I have been impressed. I was not sure how anything new would take off, because when you're doing something new, you have to get people to accept it. Sometimes change is not good in terms of acceptance, but the community has accepted this. They can't wait for our April 14th performance. And this performance is going to give everyone an opportunity to be showcased musically. So I'm looking forward to a fine concert. No one here feels not wanted. Some are here because they play very well, and we have some that haven't picked the instruments up, but they are taken care of in terms of the group. No one is laughed at. Everyone is encouraged. And we have a wonderful opportunity to not only be a music group, but it's a family. Yeah. The music that we're doing is grade 3 through 5. One of the most difficult pieces we're doing is Symphonic Dance No. 3 by Clifford Williams. It's tough, but you know what? Every time we play this, the musicians will say, you know, that's really getting a lot better. And so they continue to work, and I challenge them, and they're ready for it. No one has said we want something more difficult, but they play as if I can turn the page after this concert and put on something a little more difficult. Okay, it's been a pleasure. It's been a wonderful pleasure, and you have the opportunity of, I have the opportunity as a director to tap into hidden talents, either from the students or from the adults. Yeah. And many of the adults will say, "Boy, I didn't know I could do this." Well, when you come into a community group like this, and you haven't played in less 10 years, let's say 10, 15 years, you're not learning anything new, you're refreshing. It's almost like a swimmer. You may have to, get those strokes in there and get that back into swing. But if you've played before, you're not learning anything new. You're just refreshing. And I think that is something that everyone will hear on the 14th. Today we're going to work on, this will not be the first piece, but one of the selections they love is Star Spangled Banner by Jack Stamp. And Jack Stamp wrote this before 9/11, and it's more of a hymn. And this will be mentioned at the concert. When Jack Stamp wrote this, he put it away, performed it once and put it away. 9/11, 4 days after that, one of his classmates from the University of Michigan called him and said, Jack, do you remember that Star Spangled Banner that you wrote? He said, yeah. He said, based on the mere fact that we've been hit, we need it. And the subtitle of it is A Love Song for America. It is a beautiful piece. When you hear it, you'll recognize the national anthem, but it's a hymn at first. Beginning section is a hymn, and then it breaks into the standard national anthem that you're used to hearing.